Harvard Law professor emeritus Alan Dershowitz has come out with the bombshell claims that he knows for a fact that the Epstein list exists and exactly who is on it. With a hand to God, he says the list is being suppressed to protect the individuals on that list, but he is bound by judge-imposed confidentiality to remain tight-lipped on the details.
Let me tell you, I know for a fact documents are being suppressed. And they're being suppressed to protect individuals. I know the names of the individuals. I know why they're being suppressed. I know who's suppressing them. But I'm bound by confidentiality from a judge and cases, and I can't disclose what I know. But hand to God, I know the names of people whose files are being suppressed in order to protect them, and that's wrong.
Commentator Bill O'Reilly agreed, saying the list was suppressed to protect reputations of innocent Epstein associates.
I talked to President Trump man to man, eye to eye, on St. Patrick's Day about this and the Kennedy files and the King files. It was all one conversation. And he said, and I agree, there are a lot of names associated with Epstein that had nothing to do with Epstein's conduct. They maybe had lunch with him or maybe had some correspondence for one thing or another. If that name gets out, those people are destroyed because there's not going to be any context. Media doesn't care about context. So you can't do that. You can't destroy human beings by putting out the files, whatever they may be.
He then went on to demand that all information be released after he was wrongly accused.
We want total transparency on this. Every single document, no redaction. That's what I've said from day one. I waive any of my rights to privacy. Anything there is about me, I'm happy because it will be exculpatory, because I know I haven't touched a woman other than my wife from the day I met Jeffrey Epstein. I don't even hug people, but I was falsely accused and I was able to prove it, and I was able to prove it through documents, and I want other people to be able to disprove false accusations through documents, but these documents are being suppressed and withheld.
Online commentators joined the professor in demanding answers, with this person saying, "Sounds like the swamp runs deep. Transparency is key here. Otherwise, it's just more cover-up talk." Dershowitz's revelation comes after a very tough week for the Trump administration. Pami Bondi has come under fire for her unclear communication in relation to the Epstein case, which she clumsily tried to backtrack on, now saying the files will never be released.
In February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that. Also, to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Child porn is what they were. Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day. To him being an agent.
Commentators and the public have not responded well to Bondi's groveling response, with even conservatives like Megyn Kelly demanding answers.
I think she was thirsty for attention. I think she was enjoying the hits on Fox, on Hannity, on Waters, in the middle of the day with John Roberts, and saying like, I've got all the answers on Epstein. I've got all the juicy dish, and I'll be the one to give it to you, until she either found out that wasn't true and realized this is why attorneys general don't talk like this ever about their ongoing investigations ever. You almost never hear from attorney general. It's the one person in any administration, Republican or Democrat, who you really can't get. There's only so much transparency you're supposed to get from an attorney general, given the way criminal investigations work. And then realized like she had an oh shit moment of she's humiliated herself and the administration. Or again, I don't know, something else. Or it was real in the first place and now she's doing the lying. This, I don't know the truth on.
And this commentator agreed, demanding impeachment, saying Pami Bondi said she had a truckload of Epstein files delivered to her. She said the public has a right to know. Now she says there are no files and closed the case. This is an impeachable offense. Impeach Pami Bondi. She lied to the people. The usually unflappable Donald Trump was also under scrutiny this week after his attempt to sweep the Epstein case under the rug, despite many questions still being asked.
Jeffrey Epstein, it left some lingering mysteries. One of the biggest ones is whether he ever worked for a American or foreign intelligence agency. The former Labor Secretary, who was Miami U.S. Attorney Alex Costa, he allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did? And also, could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of the set?
Yeah, sure. If
Hey, Pam, could I just interrupt for 1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Sure.
Roseanne Barr unleashed on Trump, saying, "Mr. President, yes, we still care about Epstein. Is there a time to not care about child sex trafficking? Read the damn room." And this sentiment seems to be bipartisan, with commentator Natalie Winters demanding transparency also.
We've already passed debacle territory, but just outright grift, and that's probably not something that you would expect me to say, but this is just absolutely reprehensible. I think if you look at what really the MAGA base, the people who elected President Trump, what their sort of concerns have been these past few months is that the administration is not moving fast enough, right? They're not content with the press releases and the tweets. They want to see prison sentences and actual accountability for people that they believe committed crimes. Now, we've hit the point where we're not even getting the press releases or the strongly worded letters.